Hi, everyone. I can't see myself very well. I thought with speaker view that I would be a bigger picture of myself. So I hope that you can all see me. Um, I just want to talk to you a few seconds before we start actually learning different things that we can do. It's not an accident why we're all here and not in a classroom uh, as we were every Thursday at 1 o'clock for about 5 years. We had walk-in yoga for any student or staff member. And that's because of this pandemic that we're all experiencing together. And it's created, I think there's some evidence that shows that it's created a lot more anxiety in people. It's lasted a lot longer than a lot of people expected in the beginning. The holidays are upon us. They're going to look very different for almost everyone. Uh, I'm probably in the very oldest 10% of the people that'll ever look at this. And I've certainly never had a holiday upcoming like this. A lot of us, me included, won't be able to see our extended family. And so that makes people feel a little sad. Part of the reason why I want to share yoga with you is because yoga doesn't fix everything, but it can fix some things. And it helps you through the practice be able to experience helping yourself, that you have every skill you need to make yourself feel better here. Does that make everything better? That every problem? No. But you can always do some things to help yourself feel better, always. And that is what we're trying to help you see. Also, all of the different moves that we're going to work on today, you don't have to do them all. We're going to spend about an hour playing around here. But you can take any of the things that feel good to you and do them whenever you want. Also, almost everything we're going to practice today, you can practice in a bed. And I did that specifically because if you have a sad day, if you have a depressing day or an anxious day, when you really don't feel like doing much of anything, you can still do some things to make yourselves feel better without ever even getting dressed or standing up. So that's one thing that I wanted to impress upon you. The next thing, and this is exactly like what we did with chair yoga, is how to sit. The very first thing we're going to work on is how you sit. And it's virtually the same thing that we would do. Oh, I'm going to add a little music here. If I can play, Bose, play. Oh, you went to sleep because I waited so long. Okay, let's turn you back on. Sorry, everyone. Read that disc and play it. There we go. Just like in chair yoga, the way that we sit is we look for these two bones underneath us that are called our ischium. I'm going to play around, make sure that the music is fun, but not so loud that I can't hear myself. So you look for these two bones that you sit on all the time. A lot of us don't sit on these bones, and as a result, we're kind of leaning forward all the time. Look for these two bones, they're called your ischium. The best way to find them is to just kind of rock back and forth on your glutes, and you'll find these two hard sort of surfaces. You do not have to grab your feet, but if the mood strikes you, go for it, and you can even get a little boat out of it. But just checking back and forth like this, picking your feet even a couple inches off the mat is all you need to do to find those glutes. And then really, you're always sort of working your glutes backwards, no matter where you are, whether you're driving a car, anything, that'll always help you stay upright. If you keep your glutes back, it's sort of, I'm going to take my shirt off so you can see a little bit more what happens to the shape of your spine. Also, you see I've got it's sort of like a poncho and a blanket mixed together. And I had my slippers. And I've also got a little strap. You probably won't need one, but there might be a few things here where a strap will help you. I've kind of lost my train of thought. Sorry, brain surgery. But you're always going to look for that place where you're sitting. It kind of helps your spine get that natural curve. And then I want to talk about these for a second. These are the eyes of your elbows, the inside. If you imagine, sit on those two glutes where you're, no matter what you're doing with your legs, you got those two bones in contact with the mat. And if you got an extra fleshy glute like I do, you can even lift that flesh a little bit and find those bones. And then even if your arms are turned back, imagine that the eyes of the elbows are forward and you always sit up straight. You'll never be like this. You'll always be like this. And it'll start to come naturally. It won't feel forced. So we're going to start with just a little, and this might not be comfortable for people. Where I move to, this is called hero. Hero, you're literally sitting on your heels. For a lot of people, that's not comfortable. Adrienne is a very well-known YouTube instructor. She has people sit like this. This is extremely painful for me, but that might be more comfortable for you. But we're not going to stay here, so don't worry about it. We're going to start here. If this is too intense on your quadriceps, those big, muscles in the front of your thighs, come up here. What you want is you want your shoulders, hips, knees. Imagine like yoga's a geometry lesson, shoulders, hips, knees, all in one straight line. And you're just gonna inhale up. Now you don't have to change your breath. We just want you to get used to opening your body, extending on the inhale, exhaling during the contraction. And when I pull my arms up, my shoulders don't come up, just my arms. Shoulders down, arms up. Exhale, big toes together. I'm going to move my knees apart, but everybody's different. This is child. Some people come into child with the knees together. I like to pull my knees apart, but my big toes are still touching each other. And then I just glide my body wherever it goes, wherever it goes. It's so important that you understand that everybody's body looks different in a yoga pose. Child is the universal resting pose of yoga. Anytime you're in any class, just drop into your version of child. It might look like this. It might look like this. It might look like this. It doesn't matter. It's where you feel relaxed. Some people's forehead doesn't come to the mat. You can stack your fists. You can grab a block or two, wherever you can really let go. So from child, we're going to drag our nose along the mat until our shoulders are above our wrists. Notice my elbows are hugging into my rib cage. I'm going to move my knees a little bit closer together, but wherever is comfortable for you. Flat feet on the mat and gently press up, gently. If this is as far as you go, that's okay. What you want to do is make sure that your biceps are still pressed into your rib cage. This is Cobra. It can be here. What you don't want is here. That's not Cobra. Keep that biceps, the elbows close to the rib cage. And then when you're ready, you're going to turn your toes under and gently, eyes of the elbows forward, even if you have to turn your hands out, gently exhale and start walking. Take a little walk, bend the knees, even bend them really deeply. Allow your chest to approach your thighs. Eyes of the elbows are forward. It allows the chest to move between the arms. This is downward facing dog. And I don't know if Chris can hear me. I'm really concerned, Chris, because speaker view doesn't seem to be happening. It's a big you that I see and a little tiny me. So I hope other people see something different, because I think it might be a problem. We might have a video with just a little tiny me in it. And when
the recording is focused just on you, Jane.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad. It must be something wrong with my version of Zoom. So I'm coming back down. This is tabletop. And now that we're here, let's just take a couple cat-cows. Cat-cow is simply exhale, allow the navel to approach the spine, press the shins and the top of your feet into the mat. And everybody's going to do this at their own pace. Don't inhale and exhale at my pace. And then when you're ready to inhale, just let the belly drop, face comes up. You can turn the toes under to accentuate it if you want. I like to really exaggerate my cat-cow, so I flip my feet while I'm doing that. And we're going to do that one more time. That was really a kneeling version of Salutation of the Sun. And this time we're going to do it just a little bit faster. So we're going to, if sitting on your heels like this and hero doesn't feel, oh, look at that, there I am. If this doesn't feel comfortable, just come right up. Inhale up, big toes together. Exhale, press yourself down. Find your version of child. And remember, if this is the only yoga, say you like child and this is where you stay for an hour, that's okay. Here, block, whatever feels good. Use the poses you like. It's like Golden Corral. Take what you like, leave the rest. And then when you're ready, drag the nose along the mat until you come to your Cobra. This is a little baby Cobra here. My entire arm is hugged in. And actually my toes are pointed in a little bit. That's really not what I'm supposed to do, but none of us are perfect. And then if you like, come on up to a bigger Cobra. Push the hip flexors down towards the mat if you want to get a deeper back bend. And then when you're ready, you can either come through tabletop or you can just turn your toes under right here and push right back to downward facing dog. Now, remember, bend the knees, bend one knee at a time, take the dog for a walk. You can wag your dog's tail, whatever gets you deeper into a more comfortable version. What it is that people, I'm going to come down to tabletop for a second. What people find so challenging about downward facing dog before they feel really comfortable in it is that they have too much weight on their hands. So that's why eyes of the elbows forward is so important. That's why chest between the arms matters so much, because it takes the weight to your legs and feet instead of your hands. So the more my chest moves back, the less of me is up here. And the easier it is for me to be comfortable in this position. This is as much standing as we're going to do today. So now, if you like, take your left leg. And of course, everything we do is if you like. You can lift it real high if you like, or just a little bit. And look between your hands and take that left knee and slide it in there. Boom. So this might not feel real comfortable at first. So look around. Every day is different. Sometimes my foot's way down here. Sometimes it's way up here in my armpit. But somewhere, you're going to kind of wiggle around. And the way to find it, think about your shoulders and your hips. And you want them sort of equally distant from the mat. Then my right toe, the one that's not under my body, I'm going to work it back a little bit. This is Pigeon. Another place, actually it's called half Pigeon. Another place where you can use a block, your arms, your fists. And if you stay up here, so for a lot of people, this is really intense. You can take a block or a pillow, stick it under your left glute to take some of the pressure off. But if you like the nice deep stretch, check it out. You can come down even deeper if it feels good. If it feels good. It's so important to remember. There's no yoga Olympics. Yoga is not a contest. What you're looking for is relief now. Where do I feel better right now? That's what you're looking for. What makes me feel good now? And walking this right toe back a little bit, if you want to go deeper, it helps you kind of explore where that is. Now check this out. You can come back out a little bit and just I'm exaggerating here, but if you just even shift your rib cage a little bit to one side or the other, notice how you feel your hips opening even more deeply. Pigeon's very, very good for you. and you can spend a lot of time in it. I'm going to show you one more deeper version that you can take or leave like any other thing. Say you're really liking this and this feels really good. You can start pressing up, kind of put your hands underneath where your shoulders are, and then look back towards your right leg and feel the whole front of the right side of your body open up. If that feels good, bend the left knee. And if that feels good, you can just stay here. But if that feels good, you can actually take the foot in your hand. If that feels good, you can start working the foot towards the elbow. And depending on the day, sometimes my hands find each other, sometimes they don't. Every day is different. Find where it feels delicious. That's all. If none of this feels delicious, stay here. And then we're all gonna together, wrists under shoulders. We're gonna take that left foot, we're gonna turn our right toes under, we're gonna swing that left foot back, boom, and we're right back in downward facing dog. Wag that dog a little bit, get comfy. How's everybody doing? Yay, everybody's doing great. Playing to an empty room is bizarre, let me tell you. When you're ready, right leg comes up, same thing other side. It can be here, it can be here, it can be way up here. Look between the hands, take that right knee, swing it in there, boom. I like to lift it up. Now notice I'm immediately walking my left toes back a little bit so that I can find pigeon on this side. And pigeon, I'm gonna turn you down just a little bit. Bows. It's so much fun to do these things without your glasses on. Pigeon is one of those poses that's notoriously different on both sides of the body. So don't worry if it doesn't feel the same on this side. It probably doesn't because none of us are even. None of us. So you can take a block or a pillow, put it under your right glute, and then start easing yourself down to where you feel comfortable. Say on your other leg, you were way down here. And on this leg, you're here. It doesn't matter. That's why we call it a practice. We don't perfect yoga. We don't master a pose. It's a bunch of malarkey. We practice. Every day is different. We practice yoga. And the way that we find what works for us is by trying it. I can't teach you yoga. You teach you yoga by checking out what feels good to you and then going for it. So I'm going to find my comfortable version. Oh, yes. You can turn the head. You can move the shoulders back and forth, whatever you feel like doing to intensify. But remember, some days my foot is way up in my armpit. Other days it's way down here in my groin. Every day is different. And then if you like, you just place your arms, your wrists under your shoulders and start pressing up. Optional as every other thing. Maybe walk those left toes back a little more, and if it feels good, turn and look at your left leg, at your left foot, and you'll feel that opening all along the left side of your body. Chest lifted, stay high. How deep you go into a pose is way less important than your alignment in the pose. So if you're straining to move back and find that foot, and you're all crushing your chest, don't. Look for the pose where you're lifted, tall, beautiful. That's what you want. The hands don't find each other, it doesn't matter. I'm tall, lifted, and I feel the benefit. I feel that really nifty traction with my foot and my shoulder pulling against each other. It feels great. That's what you're looking for in yoga. The immediate benefit now. Feel better now. When you're ready, guess what? Wrists under shoulders, turn the toes under, and back up we come. I think this is our last dog of the day. Yep. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, that feels good. So our eyes of our elbows are forward, and we're just going to drop down to tabletop. Take a couple of cat-cows, and then rest in child. Resting time. So now you should be nice and warm. And there's a reason why I try to put the more challenging or more athletic, for lack of a better term, poses and moves in the beginning of a class. It warms your body up. And then when it's time for a little bit of stretching, well, we've already done a little bit of stretching, but when it's time to really sort of stay in what we call a static pose, an asana, a steady, comfortable pose, you can go deeper when your muscles are warm. So if you don't mind, I'm going to take a quick sip of water. Maybe you're still relaxing in child, or you're still going through a couple of cat-cows. Taking this drink helps remind me to remind you. Yoga oftentimes is not a big, sweaty, aerobic thing. That does not mean that you don't drink before, after, and during. Someday, maybe in one of these classes, we'll talk about your all of your brain surgery, all of your joints and all the cool synovial fluid in them, and why drinking water during yoga helps put more fluid in between your joints so they don't hurt as much. But that's a story for another day. Just for now, we're going to go for one more back bend. And then we're going to do some forward bends laying down. But what we always want to do is sort of a mix of back bends and forward bends. And for this back bend, I'm going to turn around a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. And there's a whole lot of different feet. Yeah, you can see my whole body. Okay. So a whole lot of different feet options. This is Camel. Actually, I'm going to kind of be off. Yeah, you can see everything my body is doing and my feet at the same time. So the most gentle version of Camel, we take the backs of our wrists, press them into the low back, and just push the hip flexors forward. And the closer together the elbows come, for this I will turn around, the closer together the elbows come, the deeper the back bend. And that's the case in almost every back bend. The closer together your elbows and knees are, the deeper you're going to go back. So this is the most gentle version of Camel. You can also turn your feet under so you can be here. Now, for a lot of you, that's all the back bending you want to do today. That's okay. But say you're liking this and you want to go deeper. Look for your left foot. Excuse me, your right foot with your right hand. And gently, not here, not here. Shoulder not in ear. When we pull our fingers up, we pull our shoulder down. So gently lift the left arm as we look back. And if it feels good, look towards the ceiling. You can stay forward, whatever feels right. This is half camel. So we just kind of switch back and forth. Not here with the shoulder, down here, even though the arms are up. And you can make it into a vinyasa, which is moving with the breath. Inhale up, exhale, inhale up, exhale. You can take it at your own pace. Say you want to go deeper, watch this. Flatten the feet and you're deeper. As soon as you flatten the feet, of course, you've got a deeper back bend. And the deepest of all is this. Now notice, I don't know if you can see, I can feel it. As soon as I did this, my shoulders started coming up. This is too deep for me today. If you go in to a deep version of a pose, it's too deep, just back out the same way you got in. So say you come here and you're like, no, just back out. Turn the toes under. It's less deep. Why? Because it's less space. You have to reach less far to reach your ankle if your toes are turned under. It's 4 inches for me, maybe depending on the size of your foot, maybe more inches for you. And that's why a flat foot is deeper. Now we're all going to rest in child, because after a deep back bend, any deep pose, you need a little resting in the oppositional direction. So we're all going to rest in child for a good 5-6 breaths. I'm going to show you some cool variations that you can do with your fingers to intensify or change the way child affects your shoulders. So check this out. these heels of my palms, if I press them into the mat and push towards the top, I get this nifty traction in my shoulders that feels very good. Now remember, maybe your head's not on the mat. Maybe you're here. Maybe you're here. Maybe you're here, but you want to be able to relax. Maybe you got a couple pillows under there or a bolster. Whatever works for you is fine. Now check this out. You can also lift your wrists and be on your, what we call tent fingers. So you can be on tent fingers and you can kind of rock your shoulders back and forth. And that's a completely different kind of release. So child not only is a nice resting pose that really opens the sides of the hips, it's also an adventure in your shoulders. And a lot of people, me included, have shoulder issues. I had a frozen left shoulder for 16 months in my 40s. Clearly, I wasn't practicing a lot of yoga at the time, but there's all kinds of really nifty things you can do, right? And say you're in bed and you're really tired and you're really beat, or you wake up in the middle of the night in pain. There's so many cool things. This is one of them that you can do. So we're going to come out of child a little bit. This is a pose that I've always just called half a child or half a downward facing dog, but it now has a name. It's called puppy. And you can have your toes turned under or up, but you're lifting your glutes a little bit and you're on your forearms. And from there, we're going to come back up to tabletop. And we're just going to twist our tabletop a little bit. Nice and easy, nice and gentle. Make a little vinyasa. Now, vinyasa is moving to the breath. Asana is hanging in a pose. And when you're in an asana, you're looking for about 5 breaths. How do I remember how long on each side? About 5 breaths. But here we're going to make a little vinyasa. We're going to move to the breath. But if you want to take them longer, that's okay. I'm going to inhale my right arm up. Every day different. Every person different. Might look different on the other side. Exhale it down. I'm going to inhale my left arm up. And this arm doesn't come up as high. It doesn't matter. But I'm sort of imagining, exhale it down. I imagine that my arm, shoulder, shoulder and hand, both arms, both shoulders, and both hands, I imagine that they're all in one line. Remember, yoga is a geometry lesson. Inhale the left up. I imagine one line, even though I know I'm not making one long line. It helps me find the right alignment. And it doesn't matter if I look or feel different on both sides. It doesn't matter. Exhale back to child, take another breath. The more we do this, as we're moving through these poses, our shoulders are getting more and more relaxed. And every time we come back to child, it feels different, deeper, more relaxed, more soothier. All right, I'm going to show you one more nifty little arm guy thing that we can do. Checking the time here. Now this time we're going to inhale the left arm up. I'm going to slide it, palm up underneath the right arm. And notice I'm moving my right hand towards the top of the mat, and I'm sort of easing my glutes down. And now my face is on the mat. The left side of my face is on the mat. This is thread the needle. And you can kind of lay back in it if you like, wherever it feels right to you. I like to be kind of high, but some people like to let their glutes hang low. Glutes, gluteus maximus, minimus, medius, glutes. So from here, you can stay, can walk them a little deeper, walk each hand a little further away, or look at this. You can take your right arm and lift it, and it opens your chest a little bit. You can take that right arm with the palm pointing away and wrap it around your back, and it just pulls on this shoulder a little bit more. If it's too much, guess what? Inhale back out of the pose, exhale into more gentle version. But if you like it, you can even go deeper. You can come to a prayer twist. Sometimes when I'm in prayer twist, my head stays on the mat. Usually it comes out, comes off the mat. Now, when I press my hands into a prayer, I don't want them way up here by my chin. I want them way down here, way down near where my underarm is actually. way down to keep my shoulders from crawling up here. How do we come out? The same way we got in. And pull ourselves back and up. Inhale the right arm up, slide it under, and walk them away. Sorry I make a lot of noises, but that's because it feels good. So we can stay here in this nice thread the needle pose, or we can take our left arm up and we can kind of reach for the ceiling, opening the chest. We can wrap the left arm around the back as if we're looking for the right thigh with the palm facing away from us. Or we can come into prayer twist to the left. Whatever feels right to you on any given day. Every day is different. Every person is different. And both sides of the body are different. Sorry about all the noises, but I purposefully came to the mat not ready, because what I want to do is I want to be able to demonstrate that no matter how you feel, when you start practicing, you're going to feel better. So I came not warm, not ready, purposefully unprepared, as non-glamorous as possible, so that I can help demonstrate that it doesn't matter what you feel like when you come to the mat. It doesn't magically fix everything, but you always feel better. And sure enough, my shoulders feel great. So I have to look at what I wrote to make sure we can hold. Oh yeah, let's do a little, while we're here, we're gonna do one balance, because normally in every yoga class, we do a balance, and a lot of times we're in standing poses. So we're gonna do a non-standing balance today, just so that we can work on our balance. When we balance, our gaze, we call that our drishti. Our gaze is focused on something external, just a point of focus. It doesn't matter where it is for you. But when we do this pose, I usually use the mat, because lifting the head takes that straight line out of your spine. So what we're going to do is a cricket balance. And I think the best place to focus your drishti is either on the mat here or right here. We're going to take our right arm. Now, a lot of people do this way. I want you to face your palm towards the opposite wall. It's much safer and better for your shoulder. So you just lift your right arm and extend your fingers, but don't, keep your shoulder where it belongs. And then take your left leg and flex your foot, press away at an imaginary wall. Press your right shin into the mat and your left hand, and that helps you balance there. This is a cricket balance. And we're going for about 5 breaths. And whenever you've had enough, hand down, knee down. Rock it out a little bit, wag that tail. Left hand faces right wall. Don't bend the neck by looking up. Keep looking at the mat, and then just press away with your right foot. Shin, your left shin is what really keeps you grounded here. I love Mannheim Steamroller, so I can't help moving my head. And when you're ready, come on down, shake it out, press yourself back to child. I'm just gonna have a seat in hero for a second. And I'm gonna take a quick drink of water while you're in child. This time we're gonna try a balance mix with a back bend. And if you don't get it today, that's okay. It's a thing that you can play with. It's called upright bow. And some of you are gonna want a little tie or a strap or whatever you got. So you come back to cricket. And then you reach, you take your left knee and bend it and bring your right foot around. Now for some of you, you'll want to put a strap here and pull. If you don't need it, you just press. You just press your left foot into your right hand. And it feels pretty good. It's a balance with a back bend. We do more back bends in the beginning because they wake your body up. Open your eyes, open the front of your body. And then towards the end, go ahead and take a little break in child if you need to in between. Towards the end, we do more forward bends. Even though they're laying down, they're still forward bends. So here we are in cricket. We bend our knee and swing our right foot around to the left. Either wrap it with a strap so that you can grab the strap, or just press the foot against the hand. I'm going to tell you all something. When we do these videos together, I'm absolutely terrified. I'm showing my body to God knows how many people. I'm going to say dumb things. I'm going to make all kinds of mistakes. When you're ready, press back into child. There's two reasons I shared that with you. One is if you're absolutely terrified and you say it, you immediately become less terrified. And the other reason is because what I've learned is if you're really scared, it's usually because you're too focused on yourself. If you think, maybe I can help other people feel better, when you're ready, come on out. What perfect timing for the music to get a little more quiet, because now we're going to move into our less challenging portion. You might be a little bit warm now. We're going to prepare to sort of cool down. So you might want to take a top. I've got my little booties, my little slippers over there. You might want to take your sweater, your blanket, wrap yourself up, and we're going to transition to our backs. So whenever I'm afraid, I mean, it's not an accident that I became a yoga instructor. I'm a yoga instructor because yoga makes me feel better. And I thought, I can help other people feel better. So sometimes that means showing my vulnerabilities to you. So here I am, look where my glutes are. But if I think, maybe I can show you a few things that will help you feel better, then I stop focusing on like how I'm breathing weird or how, I wish I didn't have so much gut, any of that stuff, and just think, how can I help you feel better? So here we are. What we're going to do is you can go two ways. You can move your feet towards your glutes. I'm too close to the end of the mat, so I'm going to move my glutes towards my feet. And everybody's going to be different here. You're going to bring your glutes and heels as close as comfortably. And that is the operative word, comfortably. A lot of people, this is not comfortable for them to have it. So if you're here, that doesn't matter. Just we're as close as comfortably possible. There's a point in yoga, we call it the edge, the point of gentle tension. And that's where the healing in yoga is. Not so deep that it hurts or doesn't feel good. That's when you back out, but not so gentle that you don't feel anything. If you don't feel anything, you're going to get no value. So bring your heels as close as comfortably possible for you. And you're probably already starting to warm down. So if you need to put your socks and your top on at any time, that's okay. We're going to take our right leg and we're going to cross it over our left knee. My arms are out to the side, sort of in a T with the palms up, but you can put them wherever they are, as long as this is not what you want, as long as your shoulders are nice and far from your ears. So you got that right leg crossed over your left leg. We're going to do a whole lot of different things with our legs. And you can do whichever ones you like. You're going to allow the weight of your right leg to take your both knees as far over to the right as feels okay. But as soon as this left shoulder starts coming off the mat, you went too far. So allow the weight of your right leg to take both legs over to the right. If it feels good and you like it, look over your left shoulder. But one thing that as soon as this left shoulder starts migrating away from the mat, back off and come back. This should feel very delicious along the left side of your body. If it doesn't, you're in too deep. Inhale back out and exhale into a more gentle version. And notice I'm rocking a little bit. If your eyes are open, I hope they're not. I hope you're too busy finding where you feel delicious. And when you're ready, inhale the knees up. Do not uncross them. You've got your left foot on the mat. Your right leg's just draped over your left. You're going to pick up your glutes, your hips, and you're going to move them about 2 inches to the right. And then you're going to take your still crossed knees and drop them to the left. This right shoulder, if it starts coming off the mat, see how I'm moving them around? You can make little micro adjustments with your shoulders, but make sure that the shoulders are on the mat. If the right shoulder starts to come up, you're in too deep. Inhale back out. Exhale into a more gentle version. This is called an eagle twist, a reclined eagle twist. There is a standing balance called eagle, and it uses these legs right here. When you're ready, inhale the knees up. Recenter the hips. Uncross your legs. Take your left knee. When you work at home, sometimes your family is with you. Take your left knee, hi babe, and cross it over your right. You're going to do the exact same thing. Allow the weight of your left leg to take both legs over to the left. And you should feel that same delicious opening. But notice, this right shoulder is still on the mat. If it starts to come off, you're in too deep. Inhale back out. Exhale into a more gentle version. But right here, you should feel this delicious, nice, long, I call it a skinny feeling, from somewhere around your right armpit all the way to your right knee. It should feel very, very delicious. If it doesn't, you're in too deep. Be kind. The working portion, if there was, and there were a few working poses that we did, but the working portion of the class is over. This is the gravy part. Anything we did, even the downward facing dog, you can do in bed. But if you wake up in the middle of the night with leg cramps, inhale it up. Keep the legs crossed, right foot's on the mat. Pick up the glutes and the hips, move them about 2 inches to the left, and drop the still crossed knees to the right. There's our eagle leg twist to the right. Don't worry if it looks or feels differently on one side or the other. Just make sure that left shoulder is still on the mat. This eagle twist series of 4 poses. So great if you wake up in the middle of the night and you're sore. And the music stopped because we're really preparing our bodies for Shavasana, corpse pose, final relaxation. Good, I'm quickly checking the time here. But these are great things to do if you wake up in the middle of the night with leg cramps. When you're ready, inhale it up, recenter the hips. And now I'm going to show you one more thing before we get into our final twisty poses. Here's another thing you can do in the middle of the night. I brought my right arm up, but I haven't moved my shoulders. I've simply brought my right arm up, and I'm rolling onto my right side. And I'm looking for my, thanks, Lily. We have a dog named Lily. For my left ankle with my left hand. It's the same exact shape I'm making with my body as half camel. And the more I press my foot and my hand into each other, the deeper my back bend is. And what I get is a nice quad stretch. So this is another great one. If you're sleeping, you wake up in the middle of the night, you got a tight quad, you've been running too much, or you just have, like me, I just have joint problems. Sometimes my body in the middle of the night wakes up. I can't tell you how many times. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to roll over onto our left side. How many times I've woken up in the middle of the night, done this, and then I wake up in the morning, my foot's still in my hand because I fall right back to sleep just like this. And then now it gets deeper. You can deepen this back bend. The more I pull on my foot with my hand and push back against my hand with my foot, I create this oppositional energy that intensifies the pose. Say you don't want intense, you just want a little stretch. You don't push, you don't pull. You just hold a little bit. You can even come back further to let the stretch be not so deep. You come further away. You want to intensify the stretch? You move the things closer to each other and push harder. So you decide what the intensity of your stretch is. You decide. And when you're ready, you're going to roll back onto your back. We got time for a few more moves. So we're going to exhale the knees into the chest, and you can just roll them back and forth. This is called double wind relieving. And there's a reason that it's called wind relieving. So we might as well get it out of the way. If you find yourself relieving wind when you get into this pose, welcome to yoga. You've joined everybody. We even have a word for when people relieve wind in yoga class. Well, it's a term, it's 2 words. It's called yoga farts. So we've gotten it all out of the way. So now what I've done is I've continued hugging my right knee into my chest, and I've allowed my left leg, my left foot to come to the mat. Now, if it feels good, you can extend the leg, but if you feel your lower back arching, put your foot back on the mat. You want your entire back in contact with the mat. So you're either here or here, whatever feels right to you. And then if it feels good, you might want to strap here. If it feels good, just open the knee and allow the foot to approach your face. And allow the strap to also, but notice my shoulder's not here. It's still on the mat. During this entire series of poses, we never allow our shoulders to leave the mat because we're preparing for Shavasana now. When you're ready, if it feels good and you like it, allow your leg to open out to the right. If you feel your left glute coming off the mat, you're in too deep. Both your glute and your shoulder here stay on the mat. And you just relax and open it out. You just let it go. Now we're going to take that right foot and we're going to bring it up, or the strap. You might still have the strap in your hand. That's okay too, or the strap. And we're going to bring it to the left foot. So you're either here, 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 wherever it feels good to you. Now we've got our left hand. I think I said left foot. We've got our left hand on our right foot. And we're going to gently bend the knee if you need to. Without lifting the left shoulder, we're going to gently bring the left leg over. Excuse me. So sorry, our right leg over to the left. So we've got the same foot that we started with, our right foot. If you want to intensify the stretch, straighten your legs. If the stretch is too intense, bend the legs. Deeper, open the knees. More gentle, bend the knees. Both shoulders still deeply relaxed in the mat. When you're ready, unwrap yourself. Hug them in, roll them. During this whole series, you should feel your entire back, the back of your neck, your shoulders, just sinking more deeply into the mat the whole time. Now I'm hugging my left knee with my left hand, my left arm. Right foot's on the mat, extend it out only if you don't feel an arch here. If your back starts to arch, bend that knee. Put the foot flat on the floor. And then when you're ready, take the strap if you like. Gently open the knee. It doesn't have to be straight. You can have the knee bent and approach your face with your foot. Extend the leg out only if your back is flat on the mat. Both shoulders never, ever, 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 ever leave the mat as we prepare for our final relaxation. Gently, 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 with a strap or without, with a bent knee or a straight knee. If your knee is straight, never lock the knee. We always have a soft joint. We call it a micro bend. We never lock the knee. That's hard for the dancers in the group to learn because we all learned hyperextension, but in yoga, we're gentle. We're more gentle. Make sure that right glute hasn't migrated its way off the mat. Both shoulders still on the mat. And we're gently going to pass either the strap. You might have the strap in your right hand, in your left hand, or your foot. And we're gently going to pass either the strap or the foot to the right hand. Right shoulder doesn't leave the mat. And we're going to gently, gently bend the knee as much as you need to and bring the left foot across the body with the right hand. Want to go deeper? Stretch, extend, open the knees. Make sure that left shoulder hasn't left the mat. Too deep, bend the knees, more gentle. So you determine, you teach yourself where the delicious, you're always looking in your practice for the delicious, sweet, that sound your cat or dog makes when they're all twisted on their back. That's what you're looking for, that absolutely luscious feeling. And I'm sorry, my mouth's really dry, so I have really sticky words. And when you're ready, you're just going to rock yourself right back. One last pose. It's not pretty, but it feels great. Look for your feet with your hands. Bend your knees as much as necessary to find your feet, and then gently open your knees. Everybody's going to look different here. Some people, their entire shin goes to the floor. That doesn't happen with me. Some people are here. Just feel. Keep your shoulders here, and wherever your feet go, enjoy this feeling. This is Happy Baby. You can rock back and forth here too. Why do you think this is called Happy Baby? Every single person that ever sees this video, and every single person that never sees this video, all humans have done this. Hitler did this. Lord Fairfax did this. Joan of Arc did this. Every baby does this when they discover their feet. They grab them and rock back and forth, and it feels delicious. And that's why we call it Happy Baby. When you're ready, bring your feet together, bring your knees together, and gently place them back on the mat. We're going to do one little last gentle twist. We call it windshield washers. You're just going to exhale, allow both knees to drop. Make sure that the shoulder doesn't leave the mat. Doesn't matter which direction. You allow them to drop. Both knees go the same way, just like a windshield wiper. When you're ready, you inhale them up, and you exhale them in the other direction. Hopefully by now, you're feeling deeply, deeply relaxed as you prepare for your final relaxation. When you're ready, inhale both knees up. Reach your arms above your head, extend your legs. This is the one time it's okay to let your shoulders touch your ears. And you can even let your lower back come off the mat here. Make the biggest, longest pencil stretch you've ever made. And then gently extend your fingers out. Walk them out as far away from your body as you can, like you're making a great, big, gigantic snow angel with your arms. And allow them to just come to rest somewhere about 12 to 18 inches from your hips. Your shoulders should feel perfect. Allow your feet to open out to the side. For some people, this isn't comfortable, so keep your upper body where it is and just bring your feet up a little bit and let your knees rest on each other. This is an alternative that is more comfortable for some people's lower back. So you can be here if you like it, or here. But the upper body stays where it is. And hopefully now you're really paying attention to every exhalation. And you're going to stay there, exhaling. If you take care of the exhalations, you're going to stay there. You're still there. If you take care of the exhalations, the inhalations take care of themselves. And you just keep focusing on every exhalation. Your body sinks more and more deeply into the mat. Every possible point of contact between you and the mat just melts more closely together. Every time you inhale, you might feel expanded like a big balloon as you expand and contract, float and sink, up and down. This deeply relaxed individual is the real you. No matter where you go, who you're with, what you're doing, or what is happening to you, you can always, always return here to the peace that lives in you. So whether you're still reclined or seated, if you're still reclined, please stay there and just give yourselves a mental, or if you're up, a physical bow to yourselves. I hope you'll join me. And thank yourselves for taking this time to be so kind and loving to your beautiful bodies, your brilliant Lord Fairfax Community College minds, your loving hearts, and your radiant spirits. As always, we say namaste. I honor the light in you that is the same as the light in me. And thank you so much for practicing with me today. Om Shanti, that means peace. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, everyone.